Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome back to another modern house speed build. So the basic inspiration for this house was that I was just scrolling through Google images of modern houses and I came across this house where they made the second floor look a lot bigger than the first floor by adding like this huge balcony around the side of the house. So the house was basically a square shape, like a cube. Well, I guess it would be a rectangle if it was 2 stories, but it was basically a rectangle, and there was just like this huge balcony going across this entire side of the house, and I thought that was really amazing. So I thought I'd try and do something similar and like incorporate it into this house as well. Like it's not exactly the same, but I feel like I achieved exactly what I wanted to, and I made the second floor rather look a lot more bigger than the first floor, even though they're essentially the same size on the ground. Like interior wise, it's the same size, but for the exterior, it's actually a little bit bigger looking. There isn't a lot of space, but I do obviously put like a couple of pieces of furniture out there. Like there's a really nice relaxing, like do you know the city living coffee table with like the fire pit in the middle? I put one of those down and I can imagine that being really cozy and comfortable. And I also put just a couple of seats and a little garden nook as well on the second floor. Like I don't know how well it would do up there. Like I don't know how much sun it would get, but I just thought it would be a nice little idea to just have a little bit of a green wall on the second floor balcony. But anyway, this house is a 2-bedroom house, one being a master bedroom with a double bed, and the other one may be a good kids/teens bedroom, but I didn't furnish it to be so. I just furnished it to be pretty basic, so you guys can do whatever you like with it and change it up, since I know that even when I do download houses off the gallery, I generally change up the bedrooms to suit the people living in them, because like the bedrooms I guess usually reflect personality of those living in them. I guess the entire house does that, but I don't really like changing up entire houses, and if I do anything, I'll change the bedrooms and maybe like the backyard area to like add a few things or whatnot. So basically the downstairs area is where the lounge area is, where the kitchen is, where the it's actually open plan. So there's the kitchen, dining and living area, and there's also one bathroom on the first floor as well. And upstairs is where the 2 bedrooms are and the ensuite, and there's also a little bit of a study nook. It's not really a study nook since it's in the main upstairs area. Like the upstairs like public space isn't that big. That's because it expands out onto the balcony. So there's this like you can probably hang out with friends, invite them over, and you'd go upstairs and sit on the balcony or something like that. As per usual, we are starting off in the kitchen, and this is where the industrial style comes in. I'm not sure why I initially chose to make it slightly industrial, but I ended up picking a darker swatch, I believe, and I made use of various dark wooden timber tones, which I think looks amazing. Like if you've seen my other builds, you would know that I absolutely love to use timber in my builds. Like there's just something about timber and wood that just makes the house feel so cozy and really natural. And those chairs from City Living are like as industrial as you can get. Like they match perfectly with the table, so I just had to use them. And the lounge room is pretty simple. Like I didn't want to do too much to it, but I used the City Living chair. Yeah, there it goes, the City Living armchair. And I also rested the TV itself on 2 shrunken coffee tables. Like I haven't done that before, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea, so that's why I decided to do it. And I think it gave the exact effect that I wanted to. Like I wish we had more TV stand options in the game, but I tried to make do with what we had, and I think it turned out pretty good in the end. Like as you can see, it looks somewhat decent. Like I wish there was a way to get rid of the seam in the middle, but like there's nothing you can do about that. And you can probably guess right now that the little room in the corner of the house will be the bathroom, and there is a little entrance area as well. So there's like a little place to put some decorations, I guess, or just put your coat on or something. I guess you'd use a coat hanger for that, but like maybe you can put your hat or something on that when you get home. And I don't know why, but I usually put one of the decorations things from Seasons down. Like if I lived in a modern house, I probably wouldn't put it like there, and that's probably why I deleted it in the end. Yep, and onto the bathroom we go. For the bathrooms, I did try and keep the industrial theme prominent, but like at the same time just make it feel really modern as well, since I don't know, I just don't like having the house being entirely the same in every single room, because I don't think that's really realistic. And especially for the bedrooms, I usually try and change them up a little bit, because I don't want a house where the 5 bedrooms or whatever look exactly the same, and I want to change it up, make it different, keep the color schemes separated and different from each other, because it just makes the house feel a lot more realistic, if you ask me. Like, if it's like all the same, then it feels like a display home, but if it's like different and it's really colorful in the bedrooms and whatnot, like it feels a little bit more lived in, I guess. So we have moved on to the little study nook now, and nothing really special happens. I put a computer down, I put a bookshelf down, and to the side of the study nook I also put like a couple of chairs down as well, so there's plenty of space to entertain guests if you have lots of guests, because I know for my Sims, usually if they host a party, they'd host it at their house, so it makes sense that there's at least enough space for everyone to sit down and like have a little chat amongst themselves, because the last thing you want is just have a little tiny house and invite like this huge array of guests and they literally just can't do anything but like stand up, because you only have like a table fit for 4 people or whatever. But this house, none of that will happen, and there's just plenty of seats. Like, I'm sure many of them will just like rush upstairs to sit on the balcony since that's pretty much the feature of the house, if you ask me, and I feel like it turned out pretty cool in the end and gave the exact effect I wanted. Just furnishing the bedrooms now, and the master bedroom ends up being a pretty neutral timber colored bedroom, where the single bedroom ends up being a slightly more modern feeling bedroom, where it's got lots of whites and greys. I guess it's a really grayscale room, whereas the ensuite, or not ensuite, the master bedroom rather, is really natural timber toned. I was going to try and put a chandelier in this build, since like I almost never build a house where there is a space for me to put a chandelier down, but in the end I decided to get rid of it and replace it with the simple tall light from Fitness Stuff, I believe, because I felt like it was a lot more industrial and I could place the similar lights that are a lot shorter around the other areas of the house, and it would be like, it would fit in quite well. And do you see that range should I just put down? Like, honestly, it took me until like a month ago to find out about it. Like, it's part of base game, but I didn't even know it existed until last month. Like, I'm not sure why it took me so long to find it, but like, it's so amazing and I didn't even know about it. What's up with that? But anyway, we are working on the bedrooms now, and I did say the small bedroom was going to be really white and black, but I do remember that I put in a couple of timber elements just to like contrast a little bit, but it's not as much timber as the master bedroom, where it's like essentially all timber, because as you can see, the bed itself is like no timber elements whatsoever, and it has some pretty like funky swatches which I think would still fit in the room. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's like really funky like pink swatch, and if you change a bed to the pink swatch, I'm pretty sure like the chair itself, the armchair that I just put down, also has a pink swatch, so you can like pretty easily make some really nice combinations. Now we are working on the master bedroom, and this bedroom makes use of a lot more darker timber tones, which I think looks really nice in the end, and for some reason like I really like dark timber colors, like they're just so amazing. But anyway, I think that's all there is to this build. As for the back area, there isn't much else that happens apart from the fact that I put a lot of plants down, and there's a small barbecue area as well as an outdoor sitting area as well. So like, if your Sims like having outdoor parties, they can definitely do that. And I'm pretty sure I left enough space so you guys can like do whatever you like, set up temporary things such as like the slide from Backyard Stuff, like you can put those water slides down. But no, actually I put a pool down, so maybe you won't be able to do that. I completely forgot about the pool. There is that pool that goes in the house at the very end. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. There will be screenshots at the very end of this, so if you'd like to see the completed house with like nice screenshots, I guess, then stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to find this build on a gallery, it will be up as Modern House. The link to the gallery will be below, since I have a lot of modern houses, so this house won't be the only result that pops up. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!